many of you have ever crossed paths with somebody or ran into somebody in the hallway? Okay, so running into somebody in the hallway or crossing paths, like I'm crossing with the desk right now, is sort of like how we're going to solve equations. So what happens when you solve equations is you have two lines that cross and there's one point that they meet at. And we're going to try to figure out what that one point is. So first we're going to start with identifying solutions of systems of equations. So we need to go over this paragraph first. The easiest type of problem is identifying solutions of systems of equations. So we need to remember that a solution is an ordered pair. Make sure you guys are copying this in your notes. It's an ordered pair that looks like x, y. In order to figure out if an ordered pair is a solution or not, we can plug in, or the big word would be substitute, the ordered pair into both equations and look to see if the ordered pair makes both equations true. So we're looking to see if that ordered pair works in both equations. So in our first example, we want to figure out if the ordered pair 5, 2 is a solution for the system of equations listed here. They have 2x to the, 2/5 x minus y equals 0 and 3x minus y equals 13. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to substitute 5, 2, which remember, it goes x, y. We're going to substitute that into both equations. So we can substitute 5 for x and 2 for y. So it's on here and it's color coded. So 2/5 x, we're going to plug in a 5 for x, and that's red, minus y. Y is 2, we're going to put that in blue. Now we need to continue to solve this. So I have 2/5 times 5, which is 2, minus 2. And on this side we're keeping 0. This is our equal sign here. So, as you guys know, 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 equals 0, so this checks out. Alright, so now we need to plug it into the second equation. So for this one, again, we're going to use red for x. So I have 3 times 5, because my x value is 5, minus y, which is 2. My y value is 2. I'm going to keep 13 on this side, because that's what's on the other side of the equal sign. So 3 times 5 gives me 15, minus 2. 15 minus 2 is 13. 13 is equal to 13, so that checks out. So 5, 2 is a solution to this system of equations because it makes both equations true. Alright, let's turn to the next page. Alright. So in this one, the ordered pair we have here is 2, 2. I'm sorry, negative 2, 2. Remember, it's x, y. We need to see if this is a solution to this system of equations. So my first equation is x plus 3y equals 4. My second equation is negative x plus y equals 2. So you just need to set it up first, write your first equation. X plus 3y equals 4. My x will be in red. My x is negative 2. Plus 3 times my y. Y is in parentheses. Remember, when you plug in, put it in parentheses. My y value is 2. So I'm going to bring down my negative 2 because I'm not multiplying it by anything. And then I need to solve here 3 times 2, which is 6. So I now have negative 2 plus 6, which gives me 4. 4 equals 4, that checks out. Let's try the second one to see if it works in here. So I have a negative, so I'm already going to put my negative on the outside here. Put it in black because that's part of the equation. X, to plug in for x, parentheses, negative 2, close your parentheses, plus your y, which is 2. 2 negatives make a what? It makes a positive. Good. So that turns into a positive 2 plus 2. I have 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 does not equal 2, right? Okay, so can we say that negative 2 is a solution? No, we cannot, because 4 does not equal 2. It does not work in our second equation. It's not a solution to this set. All right, let's try another one. Our ordered pair this time is 1, 3. So we're going to plug that into these two equations. I have 2x plus y equals 5, negative 2x plus y equals 1. So let's start plugging in. All right, use my red for x, so 2 parentheses, my x is 1, plus y, my y is 3. Let's go ahead and finish our multiplying. 2 times 1 is 2. We can drop down my 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Good. Okay, 5 equals fine. We can check that off. That checks out. Let's plug it into our second equation. I have negative 2 times x. X is 1 plus y. Y is 3. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. We can bring down our 3. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. 1 equals 1, so this checks. So we can conclude that 1, 3 is a solution. So you need to write yes on the line. Okay. Now we're going to flip to the next page. All right, this is our last example together. Okay, so here we go. We are going to see if 2, negative 1 is a solution to this equation. So I have x minus 2y equals 4 here. 3x plus y equals 6 here. Let's go ahead and plug in our numbers. My numbers are 2, negative 1, my x and y. X is 2 minus 2 times my y value is negative 1. Make sure you are putting in your parentheses when you're plugging in numbers that need to be right next to each other. I can drop down my 2, my x, because it's not being multiplied by anything. Now I have minus 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2. So I now have 2 minus negative 2, which again, you guys told me 2 negatives make a positive. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 equals 4, this checks out. Good. Let's try the second one. 3. We're going to keep the 3. Let's plug in an x. Make sure you put in parentheses. X is 2 plus my y value, which is negative 1. So let's take care of the 3 times 2 first. So 3 times 2 is 6 plus a negative 1. Now when I'm adding a negative 1, what am I really doing? I'm subtracting. Right. So I have 6 minus 1, which gives me 5. Well, 5 doesn't equal 6, so that doesn't work. So we can conclude no, it is not a solution. Alright, so what I'm going to have you guys do now is we are going to do the 2 problems down here. Okay? They set up the equations for you. They put your lines. On some of them, they plugged in your x and y values. I want you to identify your x and your y coordinates, plug it in, and you either need to put a check mark or an x next to the answer, and let me know at the bottom, yes, it's a solution, or no, it is not a solution. So let's go ahead and work on that. Good job. Okay. Now we're going to pretend about 10 minutes has lapsed. I'm going to go over the problems. Alright, so most of you guys came up with solutions for me, so let's go ahead and go over those real quick. So here I have my x and my y. They already set up my equations for me. So I have 2 minus 4 equals negative 2. 2 minus 4 is -2. Okay, this checks out. Let's put a check mark. Alright, this one, 2, they plugged in my x. They didn't plug in my y. My y is 4, so I'm going to plug it in there. So 2 times 2 is 4. Drop down my other 4. I now have 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 gives me 8. 8 does not equal 6. So no, we're going to write no here. Not a solution. Alright, let's do the second set. They plugged in my x and my y values already. Okay, so I have 2 times 1 plus -2. So 2 times 1 is 2. So 2 plus -2. And somebody tell me what that's going to be. 0. 0 equals 0. Good, it checks. Alright, the second part, they plugged in my x value, which is 1. My y value is -2. Good. Alright, so we're going to keep our 1. Now I have 4 times -2. 4 times -2 is -8. Okay. So 1 plus -8, -7. Good. This checks out too. So we're going to go ahead and put yes. That is a solution. Good. So what I'm going to have you guys do is on the next page, there's 5 questions. You're going to complete these for homework. You guys have about 10 minutes for the rest of the class so you can work on this, and it is due tomorrow.